Win as one. EA Sports FIFA 21 sponsors Saturday Social.
Let's chat about one thing in particular this week. Gareth Bale, because he has finally made his return to Tottenham Hotspur after 7 years, Smithy. Tottenham have replaced Gareth Bale with Gareth Bale on loan. We've got images of him arriving at Hotspur Way here.
Bale, 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 Bale.
Yeah, really creative chance there, Smithy, from the Tottenham fans. I saw Tottenham fans turning up with bales of hay as well, mate. Were you as buzzing as them to get this 1 year loan deal over the line?
Yes, Joe, I'm going to speak on behalf of every single Spurs fan when I say this is a big signing. 27th player Spurs have signed to try and replace Gareth Bale is Gareth Bale, a 4-time Champions League winner. What I think it is, it makes a statement because Spurs have often been the team that people say don't spend or don't compete with others. This makes a real statement. Wake me up before you go. We've got Bale setting up Sissoko. I'm buzzing.
I mean,
Smithy,
it's not
that
the
was
first time
horrible.
I've heard you say that, Smithy, either. It's not the first time I've heard you say that. It's an absolute shambles. Chunkz, let's come to you as the Arsenal fan then. Do you think that he's worth the money? Because he's going to be coming in as Tottenham's highest paid player.
Yeah, Gareth Bale was incredible, especially what he did at Tottenham, like when he was first there. I remember I hated him because of how good he was. So coming back to Tottenham with Harry Kane, Son and Lucas Moura, I'm not excited. I'm definitely not excited. I've had better days.
He's had better days. And of course, social media went into overdrive, Joe. So much Bale love. And we've got some exclusive footage, actually, of Jose Mourinho on his way to pick up Gareth Bale. There it is, in his golf cart. Harry likes that. A 10.9k like. We know that he loves his golf. And Harry, I want to talk to you about Jose because you've been quite vocal about Jose in the past. But does this transfer show in some way that big players still want to play for Jose? You got Zlatan through the door, Pogba through the door at United. Do you think there still is that desire for top players to play for Jose Mourinho?
Yeah, I mean, he's still a top-class manager. We're talking about one of the most decorated managers in the last 10 to 15 years. And I even watched the documentary with Spurs, and you can see how his player management is actually pretty good. I thought it was really, really bad, but he's one of the best managers that we've ever seen. I think it would be stupid for a player not to want to play for him. Very proven, and he's made some of the best players in the world. So I think Gareth Bale will definitely excel under him. Him and Harry Kane it's going to be a problem. I think that they're going to create some history for Tottenham because, they don't win cups. Smithy, you know that already.
What do you mean that? No need. There's no need for that.
I'm just saying, Smithy, just saying. There could be some trophies coming now.
Man,
okay, thanks for hammering me back down, putting me back down to earth there. It did get a lot of managers talking as well. We saw a lot of reaction on social media, but a lot of managers had their say. We heard the likes of David Moyes, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, all of them having their say on this appointment. But probably the most entertaining was Chris Wilder. Have a listen to this.
Hopefully Gareth stays in Madrid. It's a lovely place, Madrid, and it's some great golf courses there. So, don't make it any harder for us.
There we go. Don't make it any harder for us. Chunkz, do you think that a signing like this could be a bit of a catalyst for other clubs? Because it's been a crazy week this week, isn't it, in terms of so many big deals. Do you think when a big transfer like this happens, other clubs around think we need to spend big to start competing?
Oh yeah, I think Frank Lampard was the one that started all of this because he just went and signed so many new players. So I think every club's just like, you know what, we actually have to compete and just do what other teams are doing. You know what I mean? So Bale coming in, I think Arsenal need to start looking at that and think, you know what, Lionel Messi wasn't happy just recently. So, you know what I mean? Why not?
I feel like we're being really positive about this move, by the way. I'm a little bit surprised Smithy hasn't taken his shirt off at this stage.
I
wouldn't do that.
But I do think that there are some negatives about the move as well. Obviously, he's going to be on huge money. We've already spoken about that. Over £200,000 a week, highest earner. And he is very injury prone, isn't he? He's missed over 400 combined days at Real Madrid. That's reportedly one of the reasons that Manchester United, I'm trying to bring it back to Man United, avoided getting him. He can see a report saying that they avoided him because of his poor injury record and £600,000 a week wage. HP, are you gutted as a Man United fan that we didn't sign Gareth Bale, or are you fine because of his injury record?
Do you know what? Yeah, he is a top class player, and at that age, 31, I think it is a bit of a risk to go for a player who is injury prone. We need, I don't know, Jadon Sancho maybe, but I think with Bale, he's you know what you're going to get from him, innit? And he's a top class player. Will add a massive chunk of talent to that team because it's lacking some. Sorry, Smithy. But yeah, I think he's a good player. I think it's not a risk. It's not a risk, but he is a bit old. So you know, who else can they get in the world?
And Harry, I don't know whether you saw the interview with David Moyes earlier in the week as well, where he was talking about how he tried to sign Gareth Bale at Manchester United first time around. He had the helicopter flying over to pick him up. We also saw rumours that he'd agreed a deal with Thiago when he first came to Man United, and that fell through. Both of those players moved this week to Manchester United rivals. How much of this lies at the door of David Moyes?
David Moyes, when it's all said and done, when we look at football, David Moyes should be in real trouble by the law because what he done at Man United is I'm still dealing with the trauma from that. So I don't want to hear anything that David Moyes got to say because he's hurt me personally. He owes me an apology.
And Chunkz, if you were Bale and you had the choice to go to either Spurs or Man United this window, where would you have gone?
Stayed at Madrid.
Just stayed at Madrid. Stayed at Madrid.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Do you know what it is? I don't think he's actually injury prone. I just think he doesn't like Real Madrid. So he wakes up and he has a knee problem. Wakes up 2 weeks later, his foot's hurting. He just can't be asked to play in Real Madrid. But now, Tottenham back home, I think he's going to score 30 goals and do bicycle kicks every week. It's going to be long.
I love that answer, Chuck. Let's talk about his status in Real Madrid because I, for one, I can't understand the treatment that he's had from some of the Madrid fans. There is criticism from certain fans in Madrid that he spends a lot of time on the golf course. He didn't learn the languages, but the stats speak for themselves. He won 13 trophies in 7 years, including 4 Champions Leagues. Won more trophies than Zidane won as a player, more assists than Beckham as a player. This is all for Madrid, and scored more goals than R9 did for Real Madrid. Do you think he is a Real Madrid legend, Harry Pinero? And where do you stand on how he's been disrespected by the fans?
Absolute legend. Like, people act as if winning 4 Champions Leagues is normal. And he scored in finals. He scored in the final against Liverpool, scored in the final against Atletico. Like, this is a proven player, world-class football player. With Real Madrid, we've seen it with many, many players. It doesn't matter who you are. The club is always bigger than the player. And I think that's the situation with Madrid. Once the media starts to paint a picture about you, it's over. And I think Bale done really, really well. He realised that, you know what, I'm not going to allow the media to make me feel bad. I'm going to sit down, make money, and play golf. He's an idol. We should all be like Gareth Bale. We should all be like Gareth Bale, trust me.
We should all be like Gareth Bale. There we go. Worth pointing out, not all Real Madrid fans, were disrespectful or were booing him. There's still a lot of love for him from Madrid fans, including from this one here. We did see an outcry on social media. A lot of people saying, thank you for everything. And Chunkz, we see there some massive goals that he scored, didn't he? We saw him score in the Copa del Rey final, that incredible bicycle kick in the Champions League final. Are you looking forward to seeing him in a North London derby?
I'll be honest. I'm scared of Gareth Bale. Don't want him running at my where's he playing? The right wing. I don't want him running at my left back. To be honest, Kieran Tierney will handle him. But no, I just don't want to see. I don't want to see him back in the Premier League.
You don't want to see him back in the Premier League. And the other thing is, you saw the Spurs fans. I know Joe critiqued the Spurs fans' choice of chant there, being not that creative. But for Gareth Bale, the love that he's got already, there were other chants that came after that, Joe. The love that Gareth Bale's got comparative to Real Madrid, for a player, he must be loving that.
Yes, it's like, for example, like when I work at home, I get a decent love. But when I come home like the Shard, it's different love, like the way everybody is so happy to see me. I know exactly how it feels. Yeah, I know exactly how it feels. But jokes aside, though, I feel like he's at home. It's a new stadium. He was at White Hart Lane before he left. Brand new stadium. There's more fans that are going to be more accepting of him, and I think that's going to help his performances for Tottenham as well. So I think it's a good move for him.